Hi guys, Tish here and welcome back to my channel Auto Social UK. Earlier on this year, I got a first look at the Citroen C5 Aircross, but today I'm in Mallorca where I'm finally able to get behind the wheel and tell you what I think. The Aircross has always been Citroen's comfort SUV. When it arrived back in 2017, it stood out by being different. While rivals like the Nissan Qashqai and the Volkswagen Tiguan tried to be sporty, the C5 Aircross was sofa-like. It focused on soft seats, smooth suspension and easy family use. It worked well, but over time the car started to feel a bit dated. Rivals become sharper and more premium. This new second generation is Citroen's big chance to catch up. It sits on Stellantis' STLA Medium platform. That's the same base which is shared with the new Peugeot 5008, and it now offers 3 electrified choices. There's a mild hybrid, a plug-in hybrid with up to 195 horsepower, and a fully electric version with a claimed range of up to 422 miles. Today I'm going to be driving both the plug-in hybrid and the electric version, so let's see whether Citroen has kept its famous comfort whilst also raising the game everywhere else. Hi guys, I really hope you enjoy this video. Today we're going to be diving into everything you need to know about the Citroen C5 Aircross, and I'm going to be answering the big question that a lot of previous Citroen C5 Aircross owners asked. Where has the third ISOFIX gone from the middle seat? So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you like new car reviews and car content, well, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But just before we got stuck into the video, I wanted to thank today's sponsor, ALA. If you've just bought a new or nearly new car or are thinking of it, here's 5 quick reasons why gap insurance is a must-have. The first is depreciation. Cars can lose up to 60% of their value in just 3 years. If your car's written off, your insurer only pays its market value, not what you paid. Gap insurance covers the shortfall. 2. Outstanding finance. On PCP or HP, if your car's written off, then you could still owe more than what the insurer pays. Gap clears that balance. 3. Peace of mind. You can't predict accidents or theft, but you can protect yourself financially. And 4. Flexibility. ALA has policies for outright purchases, finance or leases, so you're always covered. And lastly, 5. Cost. Dealer gap insurance can be overpriced. ALA saves you up to 65% with award-winning UK service. So if you wanted to protect your investment and save money, then click the link down below in the description box for your unique discount code with ALA today. Let's get back to it. It's clear that Citroen has been having a peek at Peugeot's homework and bringing over some of that real style-led design that brand is known for. Gone are the soft, bubbly lines of the pre-generation. Instead, you've got a wider stance, there's sculpted sides and a more confident front end. Citroen's new 3-point LED light signature looks slick, but it also stretches the car visually and it makes it feel more modern. On the EV version that I have here, the front grille is fully enclosed, and that's to improve the aerodynamics. The rear lights use Citroen's light wings design, a 3-split section which helps the car look wider and more planted whilst remaining aerodynamic. Overall, it feels more premium and more serious than the last model. Still Citroen, but grown up. However, here is my question. I always quite loved the fact that Citroen appealed for the whole family. In fact, I felt like the design was very child-led. It was always a car that children loved. This generation, whilst it looks a lot better, if you line it up next to Peugeots and next to the latest generations of Vauxhalls, they all look quite familiar. They all share that kind of stylish design with the black wheels and the dark colours. I kind of miss the fun of Citroen. I miss the pop of red colour. I miss those carpets on the side, which I never really knew quite what they did. I think they were supposed to stop you from getting dings in car parks. But that aside, they were super fun. And whilst this does still have elements of Citroen, for instance, you'll find these flashes of gold on the side and you'll find them throughout the car, it's just not as fun as it used to be. So have they done the wrong thing? Getting rid of the fun? You'll have to let me know down below. Step inside and the transformation is clear. I was impressed with this car at the start of the year and I still am. The cabin is airy, soft and lounge-like. Citroen calls it the C-Zen Lounge, and that's a fair description. Fabric across the dash and doors makes it feel homely, much nicer than the hard plastics of some of its rivals. The big talking point is this 16-inch Cascade touchscreen. It floats on the dash and flows into the centre console. It's clear and bright and it's easier to use than some of the Peugeot systems. There's ambient lighting with 8 colours, and there's also a huge panoramic sunroof, which is really bringing so much light into this cabin. The advanced comfort seats live up to their name. The thick foam, the adjustable bolsters, and on higher trim levels, massage and ventilation. They really do feel like armchairs. Citroen knows what they're doing. Tech inside includes wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a large head-up display, wireless charging, and even ChatGPT built into the infotainment. The interior is one of the biggest leaps forward over the old car, and I really like it inside here. The exterior styling, though they've sharpened it, I think can look a little bit, I don't want to say bland, because I don't think Citroen does bland. Well, look at them. They don't do bland. This interior is so cool. But inside here, they've just struck the perfect balance between comfort, but also making it look a bit stylish and cool, but still fun. Look at those little streaks of red that you have. Those were the streaks that I was talking about from the exterior. Some of the things I don't like about this car, however, is the cup holders. We spoke about this on my preview video and lots of you agreed with me. Underneath here, what are they doing down there? It's so awkward to get to your cups, and conveniently they've given us one of these can-shaped cups to show, oh, it's so easy, but that's because it's a can. If you had a coffee cup or a larger mug, they're just not going to fit in there, and I think that's a real shame. With what is a family-friendly car, you'd think that they'd have loads of cup holders in this car. Think of the Hyundai Santa Fe. I think I counted 17 in that car, so to have 2 little piddly ones down there, it's just not good enough, Citroen. But luckily, you've won me over with the rest of the interior. But when it comes to this car, yes, the front seats are very important, but arguably, the rear is even more important. Now, if I was to nitpick, I would say that these doors could open a little bit wider. But in the back, space is excellent. This car actually has a longer wheelbase, so you get loads of knee room. Citroen says it's close to the C5X, and I believe them. Headroom is also extremely good. Even for taller passengers, you'll have no problem inside here. The rear seats recline between 21 and 33 degrees, and that makes a big difference on long journeys. There are also USB-C ports just down here, a central armrest which features a couple of cup holders, and there's a phone slot as well, and you even get heated seats on top trims. This is one of the roomiest mid-size SUVs for rear seat passengers. But we are going to talk about my biggest gripe about the latest generation of both the Citroen C5 Aircross and the new Peugeot 5008. Where has the third ISOFIX fitment gone? I know that many people are finding this a real struggle when choosing their next car. Many people want to have 3 child seats side by side, and on the previous generation car you did have 3 individual seats and they all slid individually as well, so it was really, really handy. The same on the Peugeot, but in this latest generation there is just 2 on the outer edge. Now Citroen say that they believe that not many of their customers were buying them because they had 3 child seats in the back, and that there was no demand, therefore they no longer cater for it. I don't believe that. I'm going to call them out on that. I think it's a safety thing, and this is just completely me jumping to conclusions, and I'd love someone to clear it up in the comments down below. But I think because of safety, it's a little bit dangerous to have a middle seat child seat, and they have to have more safety procedures in place, which costs more money, more testing, and for that reason, we've gone down to 2. It's the same in the new Volkswagen products. Even the massive Volkswagen Buzz doesn't have 3 individual seats. So it's not a space issue. In my personal opinion, it must be a safety issue. Now, you do get a third one, which is on the passenger's side seat. But I just wanted to call that out because it's certainly something which other people picked up on previous videos, and I agree. It was a big selling point, which is getting harder and harder to come across. Now, on to the driving bits, and let's start with the fully electric version. When you pull away, it's near silent. Around town, it glides smoothly, and the instant torque makes it really easy to zip around without little effort. On twistier roads, actually the low centre of gravity helps it to stay composed, and it feels tidier in corners than I really expected from a comfort-based SUV. But there is body roll when you push it hard. At motorway speeds, it's stable and quiet, although there is some wind noise from the mirrors, but it's nothing major. Regen braking is strong in higher modes, although you can feel the blend into the normal brakes. Range is quoted up to 422 miles, but realistically I'd expect 300, 350 in mixed UK driving weather, less in winter. Compared to the Peugeot E5008, of which this shares a platform, the Citroen feels softer in its suspension. It's better at rounding off bumps, and although wheel choice will make a difference, it's this car that you go for softness, and it's the Peugeot for sportiness. Now, if you're not quite ready to go fully electric, that's understandable, and this plug-in hybrid could be an excellent middle ground. It pairs together a 150 horsepower 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol engine with a 125 horsepower electric motor and a 21 kilowatt hour battery, giving a combined 195 horsepower through a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. Now, this model can travel up to 53 miles on pure electric power around town, or 62 miles in city conditions, which means that many owners could do their entire weekday or even weekly commute with ever using any petrol. When the battery runs out, the petrol engine takes over pretty seamlessly, and the larger 55 litre tank gives a total range of over 400 miles from just the petrol. It's smooth, it's quiet, and it's responsive in town, and it actually settles beautifully at higher speeds as well. In hybrid mode, the transitions between petrol and electric power are a little bit noticeable, but actually they're smoother than I imagined. And while the 1.6 litre engine can sound slightly coarse under heavy acceleration, it rarely needs to work hard. The suspension also remains supple, filtering out bumps with ease, and the steering is precise and predictable. Because this car is a bit lighter, I do think it's even softer over those bumps. Both versions use something which Citroen calls advanced comfort suspension with progressive hydraulic cushions. This absorbs small bumps gently and controls the big hits without a crash. On rough roads, it manages to smooth things out far better than most of its rivals. Tech has actually had a big step up for this latest generation. You now get Drive Assist 2.0, and that adds semi-automatic lane changes, extended blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert. Matrix LED headlights give excellent night vision, and the 360-degree cameras are clear and easy to use. The systems actually aren't intrusive, and they're there when you need them, but otherwise they stay in the background, and there is a button in the centre console in the shape of a car. Press that and you can instantly turn off the systems that you don't particularly like. Boot space is another strong point for the Citroën C5 Aircross, and it's actually the same regardless of powertrain. You get 565 litres, and that's with the seats all the way back. Push them forward and it goes over 600 litres. Fold them flat and that goes up to 1,668 litres. There's also some hidden storage underneath the boot floor, but I will say it doesn't feel the most high quality or the most practical. There is just kind of a cavernous space down there. So I feel like it would have been better if there was little storage cubbies so that different things wouldn't slide around underneath. There's also the absence of a spare wheel as well, which I know upsets some people. On the sides, you do have one strap which will hold items into place. You've got some tether down points. It's got a nice wide opening. It's actually waist height as well, so loading items in should be pretty simple. There's a 12-volt charging point, and you've also got this kind of like split folding rear parcel shelf. It's okay in the back here. I I feel like they could have done a lot more. If you look at the likes of Volvo, they're extremely practical, and even Skoda, if we're not talking premium brands. So it just goes to show that you can add those little touches that make living with it easy. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good amount of storage space, really easy access, so I don't think it's going to be any problem for people loading in pushchairs, shopping, luggage. However, it doesn't go above and beyond like some of its rivals have started to. So here's the golden question. Has Citroen done enough with the new C5 Aircross? Well, I'd say yes, but with some caveats. Its strengths are that it does have a new, bolder design which is sharper, if that's the kind of thing you're after. The lounge-like interior is genuinely beautiful. It has excellent rear space and boot practicality, and of course that relaxing, comfort-focused ride. The EV version is the most convincing out of the two cars that I've driven. It's quiet, refined, and it feels like the car that Citroen wanted it to be. The plug-in hybrid is flexible. If you don't plug it in often, you'll miss the point. The one that I really wanted to drive is the mild hybrid. I think that's going to be the most popular, and I think that might have been my personal favourite because of that reduced weight. But we'll have to see when I can actually drive it. Where else it's weaker is the handling is still more comfort than sporty, and the plug-in hybrid does get noisy when the petrol engine has to work harder. But most of all, I think it's that rear bench. If you believe the fact that they've ditched it due to the lack of demand or not, I think they've really exited a corner of the market which is in high demand. But overall, the Citroen C5 Aircross is still a genuine family comfort SUV in a market full of sporty pretenders. And that, to me, makes it stand out. But let me know, what do you think of the latest updated C5 Aircross? I had a lot of mixed reviews in my previous preview of this car, so let me know all your thoughts and feelings down below. Is it a deal breaker that you can't fit 3 child seats across the back? Let me know all your thoughts and feelings down below. I really hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more, then you know what to do. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, guys. See you later.